Oh, wait. Yes, the Yes Man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, did you watch the show?
Oh.
Did you feel like that game was an accurate assessment of people's ability to be familiar with Saturday Night Live movies?
Yeah.
Were you annoyed at the slightest that somebody just came waltzing in and happened to hit so many numbers right on the nose, snatching victory away from somebody who was maybe the most experienced and familiar with all these movies?
Anyway. Lie about it, you fucking pussy.
Oh, Yes Man, man, he's in rare form today.
Wow.
He gets a little saucy when it's like, wow, the language.
Oh.
The language.
All right. Let's take a quick look.
A triple A
show
plus
titles.
plus plus podcast. Oh.
Your parents don't check that bottle? I don't remember that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that
the
was
vermouth.
Oh, the vermouth.
Telling children to drink their parents'
Disneyland is a small world.
Hollywood's Brian. Hey, boss, Brushwood. Black Panther for kids. Hughes the
Black
boss.
Panther for kids is not bad.
Never click that. Let's see. A very puppy Christmas.
Oh, is this a tradition that you shit on Disneyland repeatedly and people get defensive about it?
Oh no, I wrote a card into Action News literally just to shit on Brett. Like I wrote like in Action News, so you take these news stories and then you wrap whatever around them. So the flavor text of the news stories are always very like staid. They're very like the facts and just the facts. And so all the facts I put in about the opening of Disneyland. Oh no, it was the opening of Disney World. And all I was talking about was how much bigger and more impressive it was than Disney.
Infinite planning comparatively is pretty good. The Quick Brown Fox DJ set is a very subtle one. Let's see. Play it cool.
I love that you literally were so fucking early on planning VidCon, and it was just you saying, "Hey man, let's set this up," and then him saying, "Of course, whatever you need," and then you being like, "Cool." 6 months later, like, "Oh, what's up, guy?"
Yeah.
That is well, no. To be honest, and this is I'm actually very sympathetic to you. This is the reason why I don't wind up planning shit more in advance, because I, like you, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to email somebody a year ahead of time and be like, hey, year out, let's go ahead and really want to make this happen. And then I'll forget about it until 2 weeks before it's supposed to happen and be like, shit, remember when I initially, like, is this worse than me forgetting about it totally and just running up to you with both my pockets pulled out inside out and my hair a mess? Like, hey, do you want to hang out right now? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I do realize that there's a bit of irony in that the Act 1, all I did was brag about Baby's Day outing my way through conventions, and then I lost my shit when Lowbro Baby's Day out the game.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Lower. We did a whole like millennial check before the show to see.
I was here for a little bit of that part.
Let's have Lowbro go through it, because I'm
Let's
on
do
my
it.
watermark for millennial right now. So
I'm
we'll see
ready.
if Lowbro can beat me.
Okay, yeah. Here we go from @coach_.
I know what most of them are.
Sure.
I'll say that.
Well, it's not a
Sure.
game about about which of these you recognize.
It's
The
what
question
you've
is, how many
tried.
have you done? How many have you consumed?
All right. Do you want me to just like go through them and
Here, we'll,
explain?
I'll read them out, and you just keep it
All
count
right.
for yourself. All right.
And you could just tell us yes, no.
All right. Avocado toast,
No.
charcoal water,
Hell no.
rainbow bagel,
Don't even know what that is.
unicorn frap,
No.
cronut.
What is that?
I don't know either.
Keep going. Oh, it's
Oh, goodness.
it's a donut croissant. It's a deep fried donut,
Oh, that
basically.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Black ice cream,
Nope.
quinoa.
You skipped cloud eggs.
Oh, cloud eggs.
No.
Hey man, I'm really glad we backed up, so you know that he definitely hasn't had cloud eggs. Because fuck that movie. Like Tom Hanks as an Asian, I don't know.
Oh Jesus. Quinoa.
Cloud
Yes,
Atlas.
I've
was a
had
movie.
quinoa.
You've had quinoa. Pumpkin
Yes.
spice latte.
Yes.
Kombucha.
Probably my favorite on the list.
Kombucha is, really?
Yeah. Well, next to poke, but we'll get there.
Okay. Matcha. Anything with matcha.
Yes.
Poke, yes.
Hell yes.
LaCroix,
That's 4.
yes.
That's my number one. That's my
It's
that's
LaCroix.
my obsession.
You're already
I
at
won't-
5.
Is it 6? Turmeric latte.
Yeah, they spelled that wrong and no.
Oh, damn.
Acai bowls.
Acai.
Acai.
I've tried someone's. Does that count?
Yeah, that
I've
counts.
never ordered
Yeah.
my own.
That count.
Okay.
Overnight oats.
No.
Ramen burger.
No.
Mermaid toast.
No.
Sushi burrito.
Hell yes.
Swear to God,
Hell yes?
this could be made by. These are word salads that could be made by my 6-year-old.
Word salads.
Rolled ice cream.
I've always wanted to. No. Mm-mm.
Oat milk.
Nope.
Rosé.
Yes.
Bone broth.
Hell yes.
The Impossible Burger.
Nope.
Almond butter.
Pretty good. Yep.
Yeah. Green juice.
Yes.
Cauliflower rice.
Yes.
Boba.
I've tried it.
Yeah. Bulletproof coffee.
Yes.
And a waffle sandwich.
No.
And is my count right? Was that 14?
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's almost millennial.
Almost.
What is millennial then?
You guys tied.
16 plus.
Justin had 14.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Millennial?
definitely millennial then. I've had more than that.
You had more than
more than
16 of
four-
all of these?
More than
14, so
Really?
Definitely more than 16.
Wow.
That's because I work in Austin.
Yeah. You work
So,
next to
I
a
mean,
masturbating homeless person.
Hella millennial.
Austin's known for their millennialness.
I mean, what? But I'm in the East Bay. Like, it's not like I mean, Austin and the East Bay, at least like in terms of hipster
Yeah,
quotient.
but like Austin is like try hard East Bay.
Yeah, like they have
So
to try
of course
harder.
we're gonna have more of everything.
You have to
I mean, I don't
try
know. Like,
harder.
I would feel like you know, there's stuff that I would not be able to get in Austin if I moved from the East Bay, hipster wise.
Like what?
I mean, I feel like I don't know.
It's
don't know.
all here. We're trying hard.
I know that you're trying. I know. No, look, the people that are trying very hard.
Yeah.
I don't
Look,
know.
we're
That was
trying
my
so
sense.
hard.
Maybe-
We
maybe
just
I'm-
legislated.
Maybe I'm wrong on this.
We're trying so hard that Austin just legislated that homeless people can sleep on sidewalks and camp anywhere and can never be moved.
Wow.
Oh, you just did that?
Yeah, I know. Look, we're trying very hard to catch up.
I mean, I'm just saying. Come on, we've already gone through our three waves of homeless colonization and then removal and then recolonization.
Yeah, there was some article talking about how nowadays they don't try to fight it on the basis of homelessness, but instead like environmental regulations. So it's like they do more Byzantine government stuff to subvert the point of the original government stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The homelessness thing is probably like the biggest thing that I think about. Like, I would actually like go into government to try and help because I don't. If I knew what I wanted to do, I would push for it. But like, it is just one of the most pervasive problems out here that like I don't know. I mean, like right now, the plan is that for Oakland is like they just keep building these tough shed villages where people can like, if they get moved off the street, they can go live in tough sheds. And it's like, okay, well, I guess that's a thing.
but
I
it's
don't-
not 1,000,000 degrees. If you lived in a tough shed, then you would bake. Like you'd be a cooked turkey, you know. Like you guys have better temperatures over there. It's
I mean,
it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's certainly not as hot as Austin, but it's fucking hot, man. Like it's not like it's a from everybody's explanation. It's not like it's a great thing to do. Anyway, welcome to our comedy show.
Yeah, I mean, if it was
Why
easy,
am I here?
Let me close this door here because Ashley's playing a podcast and I can hear it over the mic.
yeah, I mean, if it was easy, we'd have solved it. But it's difficult. Difficult.
Austin would have solved it because we're trying.
There is an
hard.
upside to the recent Austin decision, which for the first time since I came to Austin almost 30 years ago, for the first time ever, busking is now 100% legal. I could eat fire right there on the sidewalk and block everybody's path with my fire sticks and then say, give me money for my routine, which is something I couldn't do because, as I've told this story before, I intentionally stood on the stoop of a jewelry shop, so I was trespassing and not busking illegally on public land. Whereas now you could just busk anywhere.
Have you ever thought of like doing a scam school video where you just do your old routine in your old spot?
I mean, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that I would get the same results as I got originally, which, spoiler alert, were not great.
No. Isn't that the best? The best is that literally you have the exact same experience. That proves like the difficulty of busking is that like there's like it's not like you can have a decade's worth of experience. You can have what everybody who's going to watch this video is going to assume to be like YouTube fame.
We could maybe do like an A/B test of me doing my best, because the problem is I can't unknow what I know, and that goes down to the granular level of everything from eye contact to one-liners and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't unknow the way to draw a crowd that took me 25 years to develop, and so I suspect the experiment would be corrupted. But then meanwhile, it would be fun to try to mimic what I did when I was 20 and had no idea what I was doing, and then try what I would suggest as a 44-year-old guy.
I don't know. I mean, I almost feel like the most interesting thing that I would like to see is guy who came up doing that, right? Then went around the world, literally performed, did television, did all these different disciplines. Now you go back. What's different? And maybe nothing. Maybe everything. Maybe.
No, there's a lot that would be different. For example, in the early days, I just thought, get up, start doing a show, attract who you can, and keep on barking louder and louder. And nowadays, I understand the importance of starting with a nucleus, even if it's only 1, 2, or 3 people, and constantly be promising that the show's about to begin while secretly you're already starting the show. So there's a book by...
even then, right now, you explaining this video that I'm watching in my head of you, like, pointing out these things that you're doing, that these are all the lessons, like, that's a rad video to me. Like, I would like... And even, like, you do a couple, like... rounds of it, and you're like, oh wow, this is something that now I wouldn't have thought to do even by the end of when I was busking.
Right
now I know how to do by way of like you demonstrating all this stuff. And then it's like, hey, and then there's also the guess of like, hey, at the beginning, guess how much money I made after being on the streets for 30 minutes or an hour.
Yeah, I think the biggest
know.
difference would probably be, and this is probably a really good subject for a Scam Nation video, but I think the biggest difference is when I was 25 years ago, I just wanted, like, I've got something, let me get it out. Please don't walk away before I get it out. Whereas now it would be the exact inverse, where I'm like, hey man, I got something. You want it? I don't know if it's for you, And
It doesn't always work, Brian.
But like understanding that you can't even if you successfully force somebody to stop and watch your show, that's not as effective as seducing them. It really is. It's the art of artistic seduction that I think is the biggest difference.
I would love to see it.
Yeah,
pretty fun.
I agree. I agree.
Let's pick a title here so we can finish up some of the stuff.
I mean, it's got to be
Kids.
Black Panther for kids, right?
You can do that.
What about Justin?
AAA plus podcast is also pretty funny.
Yeah, although I like Hughes the Boss as well. Hughes the Boss is pretty
Well, that was the post show, and that was a line I pinched from, I believe, Mitsula.
No, they said it at the end of the show.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay, all
I
right.
think it's at the end of the show, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, all right. For video people, they'll instantly know Hughes the Boss is.
Yeah. I think Hughes the Boss is the way I'd go.
Awesome. Well, thank you to Krug and everyone who submits show titles using the Bangus command during the chat room. I'm going to make an email.
B Fiber says, just tell us about the damn Frodo Baggins photo. That's next episode. We're gonna
Yeah,
get to
no.
that.
That's gonna be
We
next
didn't
week,
have time
everybody.
this
Sorry,
episode. We
can
meant
do
to
that
get
next
to it. It's a really good story, though.
Apologize though. Like, yeah, that was an apology from us. But next episode for real, we'll definitely do it.
Hey, Lobro, how are you controlling all those panels behind you? Is there just a widget that does a cascade thing?
Currently, it's just set to like just do its thing. So when you have Nanoleaf, you can download all sorts of like different scenes to do whatever you want it to do. So like, I can change it to do something else.
All right, hold on. All right, no.
You can like download different like scenes for it, and it'll do all sorts of different things for you. Like, if you know what I mean. Like this one is one of my favorites. It's called Rhythmic Northern Lights, and it's just like reminds you of the Northern Lights.
It's amazing, man.
You know what would be amazing is if it could match your emotions. So like when you're shocked or you're like really angry, it just goes
like you
red.
actually are wearing some biometric stuff, so it's not even like an intentional thing. Like when you're genuinely surprised, your heart drops, and all of a sudden the room goes wow.
That's actually kind of an insanely cool idea. Like, I would legitimately want to do that if that was ever an option. Like, you nailed something that should be an option that isn't there yet. Are we doing the Lobro lighting again, Justin?
Yeah, we are.
I knew it.
Wait a minute. Shit, I gotta turn off this light. All right, keep talking about your fucking leaves or some shit. Okay.
So what are the other hexagons in the background? Is that made out of foam, or is that wood, or what?
So these are just I don't even know what they're made out of.
But you
I
bought
ordered-
them already cut like that.
Yeah, I ordered them on Amazon. They're considered just hexagon sound panels that are like 24 inch by 24 inch, and I've got a bunch of them. And I tried to figure out a way that they would look good with the Nanoleaf, while the Nanoleaf kind of has like I intentionally made like a wave look out of them, right?
Yeah. No, it looks great.
So I intentionally I call my community wave riders, and so like having like sort of a wave behind me and then putting the hexagon between them was something like I was really proud of for like designing my background. I never thought that I would have like a lit responsive background, but after I saw Nanoleaf, it was just like it was a no-brainer for me. I am obsessed with neon lights and neon positivity, and so it just made sense for me to get something that would like just represent me and my brand a little bit more.
Is it expensive?
A little bit. I bought 30 panels, and that was about $600 on sale.
Oh, on sale. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay pricey.
Yeah, it's a little.
But it was one of those things. It was like it was the first time I had ever seen them on sale, and I had been saving for nearly a year to get something like this. And I was like, I'm getting married in like 5 weeks, so I
Whoa!
was like,
Congratulations!
thank you so much.
Also,
So
I
was
don't
like,
I don't remember any of us approving of this union. I can't believe you would elope behind our backs like this.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dog.
her name is Bree, and so I was like, hey Bree, like they're on sale for the first time ever, and I got $600 saved up. Can I do this? And she's like, let's just go for it, which is really rare for her to do because like we are kind of like tight financially, whatever.
And then
we
the
were,
next
like,
thing you
saving
said
for a
was,
wedding,
then the next thing you said was, this twist tie is kind of like a ring.
thankfully I spent money on the ring before I spent money on the Nanoleaf.
Smart.
But yeah, thank you. But yeah, she was totally supportive, and now I have like this like dope background that is responsive, because music is like a huge part of my show personally. I'm not trying to like talk about myself too much, but music is like a huge thing. I try to play like 80s inspired, like synthwave, new age sort of like music that lifts you up and makes you maybe feel inspired. And so I try to do that, and like having something behind me that responds to the music and is just like vibrant and like continues that aesthetic was just a no-brainer for us.
I agree.
Thanks.
I don't know why it looks more menacing when I'm doing it. you look like you're ready to make somebody's life better. I look like you're about to get dealt cyber
You are
drugs.
not kidding. You are not kidding. Do it again. Lobro, talk about literally anything, and then cut over to Justin for a response.
I was taking a drink when you said that.
You know
No,
what?
you go ahead.
It's-
You say something positive about music or something.
Music is amazing and beautiful and neon lights are great. I don't know what I'm saying, Justin.
You want each track?
I think
I
it's,
know. I know
think
what
it's,
it
it's
is.
his jaunty movement in the background that makes all of it feel alive, and then you just go to the static.
No. No, it's also that like in movie telling, like when you're using lighting in movies, the half shadowed face is a conflicted character. So like you're
But he is
partially
a half
red.
They
shadow.
both
I
have
guess
half
it's
shadowed face.
No,
I don't
he
buy
don't-
any of that bullshit.
Justin was sharply divided right down the nose.
You're telling me Lobros isn't sharply divided right now? Look at his conflicting
My-
nature. He's either
Mine's
lovingly
intentional.
jaunty or lovingly awesomely jaunty. It's very conflicting. Whereas Justin is either going to kill you or going to take his time killing you. He's also divided.
I have both choices.
I don't know if the double-sided color thing was intentional or not. I mean, it was intentional, but I didn't mean it to be like that. Like that character is just like half divided or whatever. But I intentionally do have an orange light here and a blue light here, and I put color gels on them like to change the color, and that's why I have the half look.
There is something about it because I maybe it's because it's planned to look like this on Lobos Bros, but Justin looks like any character in a Nicholas Winding Refn movie.
I do. I look like the person that's gonna look menacing, and you want to know what? You're right. It's every character in a Nicholas Winding Refn.
You're the guy that's too old to die young, apparently.
Exactly.
Lobro's taking a little more avant-garde. Oh no, there you go.
All right, I fixed it.
Ah, there we go. Now Justin's looking a lot
So there we go.
jauntier.
Now we can
Oh my god,
Yeah,
tune that up.
that's the
bro,
inch-
you look cyberpunk right now. Like that's like Cyberpunk 2077. You just nailed it.
And
Justin.
1977.
Hold on. No, we haven't. Not
And
yet.
neon.
I'll have to
though.
contrast a little bit here. Ooh, don't do that. Too far.
Now we just look like a Nigerian music video.
I mean, either that or the one person who has the courage to tell the truth. Can you tell us what the world desperately needs to know?
I don't know. Fucking ponies are the future.
That's right.
God damn it. I can't figure this shit. Trying to do the one last final touch.
Yeah. You almost
Yeah.
got it.
The one less.
I
final
started
touch.
drinking beer when you guys started drinking earlier, and I kind of regret it.
Why?
That's just the beginning
Never
of things
mind,
you'll
we never
regret.
told you to drink beer, motherfucker. We told you to drink vermouth, and you fucked up.
Look, motherfucker, I don't have vermouth, okay?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Put it on your wedding registry, and maybe someone will buy it for you.
Wait, what is that is that a screen behind you? Is that like a monitor?
It
Nope,
is.
it's a hologram.
No,
a real
I don't
hologram.
know.
No, don't fucking
maybe-
tell me it's a
maybe you
hologram.
could maybe you could buy some of my e-crack, and you'll fucking find out.
I will buy whatever e-crack you got if you tell me what the fuck that is.
Hey kid, I got some new e-crack for you. It's a 2019 edition.
E-crack. There we go. Oh, who's got the fucking fancy ass studio now,
Oh,
bitch?
shit.
You,
Shit.
motherfucker, tell me what that is. I want it. I need to own it.
Yeah, no, this is a stand-up monitor. So it kind of, I got to figure out a good solution for it. Like right now, I'm
That's
just
awesome.
casting shit.
Mm-mm.
I'm a big fan of like real effects, not like I know a lot of streamers use like the green screen stuff, and that's fine, but like having something real behind you, like a monitor or a neon sign like you've got, Justin, anything like that, or like real lights, I'm a big fan of the way that looks versus the green screen thing. So
Oh,
I
100%.
really-
But I got all that from Brian. Brian was the guy who was like, oh no, if you fucking put the money into a set that like looks like something, especially now, I feel like it's only gotten more impressive as everybody has like been like, okay, yeah, we'll just throw up a green screen and now I can throw up whatever I want behind it. Like the idea of building like a set, I feel like has only gotten more impressive.
Especially for doing the talk show sort of stuff. Like if you're doing gaming, the
100%.
green screen
Yeah.
works well.
I think I just got lucky with that. I didn't intend for it to be like for talk show things, and it just kind of turned into that. It was just something I wanted real effects. I knew everyone was doing green screen. I wanted to do something different, and I didn't realize that was something worth investing in. And now that I've got it, I'm it's totally different now that I've got it, and it feels a little bit, I don't know, maybe higher quality or more premium than using a green screen, I guess.
I think, yeah, I mean, like the one downer is that you're locked in, and also it's like once you start building a studio, you never stop building.
Yep.
Always building a studio.
Yep.
There's always a new thing. You are always $600 away from the studio being perfect at all times.
I was definitely looking at a bunch of lights earlier today.
That is not exactly what my Nano Leaf cost. How dare you accuse me of that, Justin?
I'm just saying. No. I've been there. I've been exactly there. There's always a time where now the next level is when your friends like fucking ripping apart their studio, and you're like, oh yeah, let me get that monitor real quick.
Dude, I'm gonna use that monitor idea. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, it's rad. All right, Lobro, let me ask you about movies.
Hit me.
Do you like movies?
I love movies.
What's your favorite movie?
Spaceballs.
Holy shit, for real?
For real, man. I watched that for the first time in a long time with my community recently, and we had a blast. I think I've seen Spaceballs. So when I was a kid, I struggled with like just learning who I wanted to be and personal growth and all that stuff. And so
Yeah.
I played a lot of like Lego as a kid and like was building things, and I would put Spaceballs on repeat for hours. I'm talking days at a time for whole summers at a time. So I think I've seen the movie at least 500 times, and I'm not exaggerating. I think I have it memorized by now. It's my favorite movie of all time. I fucking love
Brian is in
Spaceballs.
that he's not here, or is he here?
Yeah, no, he walked.
Yeah, he walked away. All right, no, but there was.
I
what
forgive him.
Bryce, do you remember the We Ain't Found Shit guy? Who's the We Ain't Found?
We ain't found shit.
Oh, right.
They're combing the desert, and they've got the big like, the big what is it? A clip?
It's a comb.
No, the big afro pick. The
Afro pick. Yeah, it's a
Tim-
big pick, and they're like combing the desert with it. It's,
Yeah, Tim
that's
Russ.
probably the most quotable part of the movie.
No, but what else was he? Oh yes,
He's in
no,
Voyager.
he was in Voyager. He was the black fucking Vulcan in Voyager.
And that was. Didn't we find out that like Spaceballs was before that, or was that? Am I remembering that wrong?
No, Spaceballs was definitely before Voyager. Yeah, that was before Tuvok.
All I know is Spaceballs came out the same year I was born.
Yeah, no, I mean that was one. Lobro, we have something in common, man. I fucking burnt that goddamn tape out. It was one of the tapes my mom. I would make my mom get me from Blockbuster, to the point where I don't know if she wound up buying the literal tape from Blockbuster.
It's such a classic. It
So
just
yeah,
gets
I mean,
me. I don't know.
It's so funny. I love it. It's a great Rick Moranis performance that only gets more precious because there were not many more Rick Moranis performances. Like that dude had an insanely high batting average. But yeah, no, I actually literally, Lobro, I have a Spaceballs poster in my apartment. I have a Spaceballs poster and a Blazing
Respect.
Saddles poster.
Wow.
Blazing
my
Saddles. Wow. I haven't seen that in a few years.
I mean, in fact, the politics show I do is called Politics, 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 and it is a play on the quote from Mel Brooks's History of the World Part 1, where he's bombing and he has to get off fat jokes, and he goes, politics, politics, politics. And I sampled that into the theme song of the show that is
You know
now-
what? Like,
the
I've seen
number
your show a
one
few
take-
times. I didn't connect those two things together at all. Like, I've watched your show. Like, I've lurked it a few times, Justin. So, like, I know what you got going on.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was actually from that movie. I
was
haven't
from-
seen History of the World in ages. That one's probably
that movie is fucking next level. I love that movie. I love History.
Mel Brooks was a kind of a genius with his sense of humor.
Yeah, no, fucking God.
Justin, do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah, I'm kind of a parody of my demographic and worship Quentin Tarantino.
I would
So,
expect nothing
Pulp
less
Fiction.
from you.
Yeah. Pulp
Are you-
Fiction's probably because that was the one that I watched him when I was 13. It had just come out. I was like, oh my God, I'm a man now. I know what real movies are.
Okay, I got to admit something, Justin. I've
Yeah.
seen many Quentin Tarantino movies. I've still not seen Pulp Fiction.
Really?
wow.
Wow.
I know, isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of rare? Like, I've actually never seen Pulp Fiction all the
You
way
want to know
through.
what though? Actually, like honestly, I don't know what I would expect from somebody that's younger than me because I don't know how. I know, but I know that Quentin Tarantino has aged into somebody that now is like an old head of cinema, and so it's like a Quentin Tarantino movie, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that's coming out now, would be comparable to like Scorsese doing The Departed or something like that. Like everyone just understands that this is a movie that we should all go watch because it's a legendary filmmaker putting out a movie. But I don't know how much like you know.
Maybe? I don't know. I love his movies. Like, from what I've seen, I know from the movies I've seen of his, I really enjoy. For me, I think just Pulp Fiction was just earlier than my time. What's the difference in age here, Justin? Is that something you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, I'm 36.
You're 30. I'm only 4 years younger than you. I should probably
Yeah.
know Pulp Fiction. So that's
Probably
I
should.
don't know if age is really a factor here, or just I was kind of just maybe sheltered a little bit as a child.
Toilet Bug says Pulp Fiction is a sleeper. If you want to go to bed, it's slow. You better get the fuck out of here, my man. Like you need to take a ice bath. You need to cool down. Those kind of hot takes. Ridiculous.
Okay. So before I come on sometime in the future, I promise I'll watch Pulp Fiction before I come back. Deal?
Pulp Fiction. Look, I am not somebody who's like Pulp Fiction's the greatest movie of all time.
No.
I'm just saying it is my favorite movie because it means a lot. In the moment that I saw it, it was like the beginning of me really giving a shit about movies. So, yeah, I don't know. I love it, and I love Quentin Tarantino. I think he's
It's
just
also pretty
great.
easy to see your passion for movies and stuff like that. Like even during tonight, during the SNL part, I was like, I have no idea. I'm out of my element here, and you guys were all like, yeah, I'm guessing this, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't even know if I remember this
Motherfucker,
movie.
you're just gonna rub it in our faces, like just talking about how you have no idea what you were doing when
How
you crushed us at this
casually.
game.
Okay. I was trying to compliment you, Brian. And you just rub in my face how I beat you.
Yes.
Whatever. I just got lucky. It's
Ugh.
fine.
I almost made the bonus point in the game to be if you could correctly guess if I had seen the movie or not.
Oh, was the answer no on all of them?
I think the answer I've seen of the ones that we did, Roxbury and Coneheads would have been a yes.
Roxbury and Coneheads. You haven't seen Blues Brothers?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Roxbury was the
This
thing
is a
where
good movie.
it was on TV a lot. It was on. I watched a lot of Comedy Central, and Night at the Roxbury I feel like was on TV a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, at that point, you know, Will Ferrell was a gigantic, like it was. You're way more likely to see Roxbury than any of those other movies because Will Ferrell was kind of an ascendant star at that point in Comedy Central, and also it's like Comedy Central at that point I think was still playing SNL reruns, and a lot of them had Will Ferrell in them. So it's like, why not play movies from the person that's already like drawing a certain amount of ratings from people in the middle of the day?
You guys want a little bit of weird things, breaking news?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Hit me.
So tonight was the Neuralink press conference. In
Oh,
fact, I think
what did
it's-
they say?
I think it's still kind of going on right now, but basically,
Did they mention dreams?
No, they're really talking a lot about materials a bit. Their first big advance is these threads, which are I guess supposedly a safer material that are less likely to damage the brains than current brain-machine interfaces. Apparently, as many as 3,072 electrodes per array could be distributed across 96 threads. These threads are 4 to 6 μm in width, so thinner than a strand of human hair. Speaking to the audience, Musk said the main reason for doing this presentation is recruiting. So they still want people to come and work on this idea. Ultimately, he said he wants to achieve a symbiosis with artificial intelligence, and that even in a benign scenario, humans would be left behind. So he wants to create a technology to allow a merging with AI. He later added, quote, "We are a brain in a vat, and that vat is our skull."
Man, that is some that's a bold stand to take, is to take this 1,000-year view and to just publicly say, hey man, we don't want to be the robots' dogs. So today in 2019, we're going to go ahead and start, making sure that, we enhance ourselves into relevance in the future.
I mean, it's coming, and I don't think it's crazy to say we should be able to communicate with these things, especially with the prevalence of black boxes, right? Where we have AIs and algorithms working, and we don't know
I love
how.
that. Yesterday we had Meryl Barr on Cord Killer. He's still losing his mind over Quibi. Quibi's now doing a daily NBC News show. Weirdly, for the record, I think this is a smart move. It's actually one of the best things I've heard about Quibi, because the news is a constant stream of diarrhea, and I would appreciate the limitation of 10 minutes at a time on it. So I actually think that's the best Quibi news I've heard so far.
I feel like there is so much hype around Quibi.
Oh my God, dude, you've got to hear
there's
Meryl Barr
no
go
way,
nuts on this.
There's no way it can work. Right?
So here's what we.
Also, I think this is a Hollywood thing. Like, he's close to all that stuff, and all those people are into this. I don't know that, and granted, it's still 9+ months away from actually being consumer level, but I think they've got the industry in a stir, but do people...
I've heard a lot about it just, like, by osmosis. Like, I don't give a shit about Quibi, and yet I have heard all these bold-faced names are like, they're all doing this thing, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a cool show. When's it coming to a platform where I can watch it? And it's like, no. You'll be able to watch 5 seconds at a time.
Okay. So I did not say this on Cord Killers because I knew it was too deep of a rabbit hole for people to appreciate. But I believe
my genius could not be appreciated in this time.
I believe we've covered this on 9 Attack in the past in one of the post shows.
Sure.
But do you remember when I showed you guys the Penny Marshall project? It was a parody of the Blair Witch Project.
Yes.
But it had
Watched
Penny
that
Marshall
recently.
and Akira Kurosawa and Francis Ford Coppola. And it was 3 brilliant directors who couldn't understand how the Blair Witch Project made all this money. They're like, we're brilliant directors. Let's just do the same thing. And because we're brilliant directors, it'll be better and just as popular, right? And welcome to Quibi. That's what Quibi is. It's the real life Penny Marshall project. It's all these people looking at YouTube and aghast. They're like, they don't understand. What? It's just movies but shorter? I mean, we're Penny Marshall and Francis Ford Coppola and Akira Kurosawa. Let's just bada bing, bada boom, and...
Oh my God. Watch this ball sail over the fucking fence. That is a home run, Brian. You have 100% nailed it. And Steven Spielberg's like, oh, I don't even know. I mean, why don't you use the technology to your advantage? Only let them watch the horror movies. I want to say it's in the first 30 seconds, just to, because I know Meryl Barr is watching right now. If you can find the Penny Marshall project,
sure.
and
just the setup of it, we don't need to see the descent into madness, but like 20 seconds of it, it's, oh my God.
Can I just say, without any kind of like background information about literally any of this, your guys' ability to describe something through an analogy fucking just kills me.
Brian's
You
had a
guys
lot of
have such a
experience in
great
it.
way to
So.
explain
Some of
things.
us invest in amazing backlighting. Others of us learn to metaphor.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Shots fired.
You, by the way, Lobro, you telling Brian Brushwood that he tells good metaphors is like saying, Superman, it's crazy how you fly.
You fly so good, Superman.
You fly. It's like you just like lift off the ground and you fly. Like that's
I deserve that. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take it.
No. You are describing a legitimate superpower.
You nailed it. You nailed the thing.
It's legitimately the one thing that I seem to be good at, because it's certainly not.
Or
All right, here. Let's. I think it's right at the beginning. I hope. But this is from what?
In
2000?
August 1999,
Wow.
The Blair Witch Project became the most financially successful independent movie of all time, grossing over $120 million in domestic box office receipts. The same month, 3 Hollywood filmmakers disappeared into the woods near Penny Marshall's summer house in Nyack, New York.
The Penny Marshall Project. Credits. Something.
Francis, so tell us, how do you feel about going into the woods, into the forest?
Spent a year and a half in the Philippines. I had to drink Martin Sheen's urine. Think I'm afraid of the woods?
What?
That's crazy.
How about you, Akira?
No. I have a samurai spirit.
Samurai,
I have a-
what?
Man is a god.
Samurai
He's a god.
spirit.
Samurai spirit?
Yeah.
You want some help with the bag? Akira, you okay? You're gonna want,
I wish I could see what he sees.
What do you see, Akira?
ちょっと黙ってもらえるかな
What does that mean? How can I do that? I don't know what he said. Should I be shooting something? Is it?
No, it's good. It's good. All right then, let's go. Hey,
I gotta get my pack.
let's make a movie. Hey.
Well, she'll be fine.
Okay.
She'll be fine.
What was that?
Just ask me some technical filmmaking
You said
questions.
she'll be fine.
Talking about the camera.
Talking about me.
No,
These piles of stones. Maybe we should take first shot here.
okay.
Okay.
No, this is perfect. This is the perfect place to start. Trust the God.
Great.
You lay down.
What? You want me to lay down just on the rock, on the?
Good. Yeah.
Forgot how
That's
good
what I
this
want.
is.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can't.
sit down.
Well, here's the thing, and I think that we went over this when we
No,
talked on the phone.
Francis,
Wait,
I don't need.
my name is Penny. My name is Penny.
You gotta
Francis.
go through me. To
It's
talk
my
to you.
it's my movie. It's my
I.
Oh,
you
this
cut
is creepy.
cut the tree.
Cut the tree.
Who wants to cut the tree? It's not a tree to cut.
I'm gonna be butchered again. I'm gonna dismiss again. Tura again. That's why America, I can't believe this.
World War II. You're making him punch trees.
It's my movie. I want to do what I want. I'll lie on the fucking rock.
Okay.
All right. I think we got it. You fucking nailed it. It is fucking totally queeby. Like, they're just like there is this insistence. Like, when has putting the technological barrier in a thing that could otherwise work, like, yeah, everybody says, like, all right, Twitter took off because it was 140 characters, but it's like, no, it was that we found a social network for AIM away messages, which everybody already liked doing, and it was better to, if you made it unlimited, then it wouldn't be AIM away messages, it would be blogging. Like there's no reason why these things need to be 3-minute clips, and yet they're gonna make them, and they're spending so much money, and they're bringing in like all the talent in the world.
So
What-
my one counter argument, and this was me playing devil's advocate, because I agree. Quibi smells like Vessel all over again. Artificial
Oh, yeah.
constraints and no audience.
And a bad name.
Yes, but the one part, like, true fact, every time I sit down to Netflix, I hover over a movie and I think, 2-hour commitment. Am I ready to do? No. I'm going to watch a TV show. That's a 20-minute commitment.
Sure.
And Quibi could somehow, like let's say
But
there's
you-
a lot of buzz around a 90-minute experience broken into a bunch of 8-minute chapters. I will, because
Also
I don't
known as commercial act.
Sure, but I won't think of it as a movie. I will not think of it as a 90-minute, 2-hour commitment. I will hover over it and think, do I have 8 minutes? And I'll think, yes, and I'll hit it. But also it costs money, and that's dumb.
And it won't be on your computer. It is mobile only.
Yep. Which means
which is not where you watch anything.
I'm trying to be generous here.
Yeah.
No, because they're like, hey, we're for the kids. Hey, kids, it's me, fucking what's his butt, and the other lady. We're
right.
rich people who made other things.
Jeffrey
but you don't-
Katzenberg and Meg Whitman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meg Whitman.
Whit.
Her biography,
Cat Whit.
The Other Lady.
Yeah.
I once
Cat
stood
Whit.
next
Cat
to
Whit.
Jeffrey
If you
Katzenberg.
don't us, then you don't know shit. Because we are making your favorite things. Remember the Prince of Egypt? That was a thing. eBay too. Hey, you ever sold something on eBay? Hey, we're making a new app. Grab it.
Oh.
It only is 8 minutes, but also here's $8 to me.
That's right. Wait, did one of them make Rabbit?
That was on their doc. Like they had that. Like they had the whole slides.
Have you is there a travel app called like Hopper or something?
Are you talking about the guy from Stranger Things?
No.
That's right.
Yeah, no, it's him just punching people and then
Well,
giving awards
I stand
speeches.
for Hopper, okay?
Hopper.
Stan Hopper.
Yeah,
Stan.
I do. Hopper's fucking awesome.
Did you watch the last season?
Yes.
Don't get me fucking started.
You guys want to say some spoilers? You want to say some spoilers right in front of everyone? Are there some spoilers about
No
Hopper?
spoilers!
Any
No,
Hopper spoilers? Don't worry, this is a Hopper spoiler-friendly zone. We love being spoiled about Hopper. What happens? Does he grow his beard long? He grows his beard real long, I bet.
I'm
What
just
is the
saying
point
that
of-
Mormon bitch killed him. That Mormon bitch killed him.
Hopper deserves respect. All right. That's all I gotta say about that.
Pull up your magic underwear and end that song at the first fucking verse.
It's very.
Did you watch
crazy.
Stranger Things, Justin? Did you like it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm. That's a bummer.
Well, no, I really, really liked the first like 4 or 5 episodes, and then I did not like how it ended.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Fair enough. I mean, everyone has their own opinion, but you know what? I really liked it.
Why are you asking about
I mean,
Hopper?
I don't know. I guess it like look, it's gonna be a fine show for folks who are like, I literally just want people to play the hits on nostalgia beats. Like if
That's fair.
people are into that, then it delivers that in spades. I can confirm that is indeed there. I wanted a little bit more. Yeah, whatever. It happens.
I'm willing to admit that I'm sort of like a fanboy in the way like movies and shows go. Like if something is even remotely cool, like I tend to be like, oh my god, that's amazing. And I tend to be I'm not very good at reviewing things because of that. Like I'm biased. Like things I love. And so I really do love Stranger Things. So I'm probably biased a little bit. And that's why I kind of respect people who can take a look back at it and just have a look of respect and understanding of where it's at and a logical view of it. And I don't have that. So thanks.
Let me just say, apropos nothing, that the only reason why I didn't watch Cobra Kai was because of Toilet Bug.
Okay.
Like, I literally really want to watch it. I really want to watch it, but I haven't. I'm literally not doing it because Toilet Bug fucking came at me on every fucking social media
Bryce.
platform.
All right, so
I
here's
don't
the
know
thing.
who this guy
Bryce,
is.
listen to this tagline, Bryce.
Okay.
Hopper predicts prices with 95% accuracy up to 1 year in advance for flights.
Okay.
No ads, no spam, no stress, just accurate predictions and the
So-
easiest way to book and save.
How much is it a month?
I think it's free. I think they get like a taste of whatever you book through them or whatever.
Oh,
like
weird.
they're platform agnostic, and they just basically they have years and years and decades of data, and so they're able to say like, hey, this week it's about time. Like basically the app just says wherever it is you want to go, you could wait, and at some point it gets less green, and that's your hint of like, it's about the time to book that flight if you want to go during this time.
Sure.
So
That
anyway,
sounds like the Google Flights.
does Google Flights do the same thing?
It kind of says like, hey, here are all the prices. Or I think Bing was big on that too. Or no, maybe that was gas prices. The thing you're describing sounds like something somebody has bought, but that's very interesting. Is it new? How'd you find out about this?
Well, I was talking with Brian Dunning a couple nights ago, and he was saying like I was asking him like hey, when are you available to hang out or whatever? And he was like, well, I don't know. I just have my Hopper app open. And I'm like, what's Hopper? And he tipped me off to it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's cool. I should.
So it's
I'm downloading that shit right now. Wow. Hey, Hopper's the best. Don't we all love it? Brought to you by Hopper.
Also, hope it's not dead by now. Hope
I
I
don't know
didn't find
anything
out
about
about its
Hopper.
untimely demise accidentally on a show I haven't seen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sure if that fucking lady would have stopped singing for 5 fucking seconds, then maybe in the split second moment and he met his untimely demise, he would have been able to fucking not die because his bitch needed to sing the whole fucking song.
So we kind of.
So booking just got easy.
Booking just got easier.
That
Airfare is
was the
dropping, says MSN.
That's the slogan for the app.
MSN says airfare is dropping. You can
All
take
I
it.
wanted to say was if we came back to the Cobra Kai conversation, I have opinions.
Hey,
Did you watch the new
I've
season?
seen it.
Yeah, did you watch season 2?
I'm a little bit obsessive about that show because Karate Kid is like one of my favorite like universes.
That is
as
super
far as movies
convenient
go?
because you know who else is very obsessed with those movies?
Let's go, Brian.
Cobra Kai. They make sure, like, full on showing you clips from it constantly and everything.
Look, I honestly thought it was a great show.
I
Season one
loved
and
the
two
first
were
season.
Spectacular.
I loved the first season beyond words. The second season, I've only seen the first episode, and I was like,
gotcha.
was that? I thought this was well, and I don't know how. Like in my mind, maybe it suddenly gets good again. But they did the same thing, ironically, that Karate Kid and Karate Kid 2 did. So Karate Kid, you get to the place where Daniel gets self-actualized, gets the girl, does everything. So what does Karate Kid begin with? Is, oh, God forbid he should actually have the things that he's fucking earned. So let's show him with a fucking busted-ass car and a bitch of a girlfriend that he no longer loves and break everything that we just cheered for 5 minutes ago. Oh, what does Cobra Kai do? Fucking tell an amazing story in season 1, and season 2 starts, and God forbid anyone should have anything that they've earned. So the redemption arc that we get for Johnny, let's immediately undo all of that shit. I haven't seen the rest of season 2. I'm sure it's great.
That's fair, and I can't like argue with that. Like I get where you're coming from. At the same time, though, like I feel like they're kind of because they realize that the force behind the show and the momentum. I mean, what I'm understanding from what they're doing is it almost seems like they're just trying to keep the show going for a while, and they're just like trying to add into the story, and so they like that redemption arc was kind of like just sort of pushed off for a little while because they want the show to keep going on, and it's not because they don't think he should be redeemed or whatever. Like I think that's gonna be part of the arc still. But they really pushed that whole like thing off for a while, and it's obvious that they did that.
Yeah,
and
I guess
think that's what they're trying to do is they're just trying to make more seasons out of it.
I would hope that, and I'd hate to. I can't think of a easier to think of example, but here's a
the metaphor king.
Well, okay. Here's a sentence you won't hear very often. I wish Cobra Kai was more like Lost, because when Lost needed to re-engage you, they did not diminish what happened before, but instead entered a new narrative that hopefully got you deeper into a rabbit hole. They had the opportunity
about Lost.
to do that. I mean, Bryce, you recently watched Lost. Regardless of how it ended.
Which I did not get to. I think I stopped. Game of Thrones happened, and then I stopped at about season 5.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But my point is...
Which one was season 5?
That was right after that we got to go back. They got to go back. They got to go back to the island.
Oh, so you already experienced a certain time area.
A time area.
There was that weird like time travel-y sort of thing, but
it was
or
definitely for an entire
Bug in
season.
chat says
where
I want
people
Cobra Kai to go John
Okay, so
Wick.
I've not done that yet. No.
Oh, really?
No. That happens after But I knew. I knew there was a weird.
Wait, so
sideways,
season
flash
4 is the we got to go back Kate shit, right?
Is it?
Or the end of season 4, or is that?
Let me check Hulu. Let me see, because it's waiting for me on Hulu.
Man, you know who I bet would love Lost is Josie. I bet she'd be all in on that.
Yeah, season 5 is where I'm at.
I just
kind of got lost with Lost around season 3 or 4.
Oh, stop! No. 3 was at its powers. Three was really when they were that was all the others shit. Like that was after their tail, the tail side stuff. Like that was into the Henry Gale. That was when they were doing all the sci-fi shit about like moving the island and everything. Like and it was, I don't know. That was when it was awesome. And then I guess.
It wasn't for me then.
Man, that's wild. That's wild. Because
that's okay. Everyone has their own like take and opinion, I guess.
I mean, like that era of television, where it was that and Battlestar. That might have been my favorite.
Battlestar Galactica is a classic.
Where I was watching like both those live, and sometimes one would dip and one would be at its fastball, and sometimes the other would dip and the other would be at its fastball. But like. God damn, that was
it was a good time to be a serialized television watcher. Man, getting caught up through pirated copies of Battlestar Galactica and getting wrapped up in the podcast where Ronald D. Moore would just drink booze and tell like inside writers room shit that nobody would do before. Same thing with the Lost podcast and stuff. That shit was amazing.
Oh yeah, the fucking Lost podcast was a goddamn revelation. Like that was like looking into the future where they would be like, you would know that how hard it was to make a television show because you'd be like 5 weeks before the finale and they would be like, all right, I guess we're doing the podcast. None of us have slept in like 4 days. Which one is this? Is this the one where Kate finds a shirt? I think that was because my mom had a shirt.
We talked about this in the past, I think, but same thing happened on the Battlestar Galactica podcast. Like at some point, Ronald D. Moore stopped giving directors commentaries, and instead they just gave like the raw audio of the writers' room. And if you've never been in a writers' room, it's 90% people throwing out garbage and flat out admitting that nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. And then finally they all compromise. And it's like it strips away all the nuance. Like at some point, like they were talking about like Cylon blood has healing properties or whatever. But in the writers' room meeting, they're like, so anyway, okay, the stem cells, yes. And then we're gonna do the George Bush election stealing. And then we're gonna do it's like, God damn it. This is, what are you doing?
Was Lost around during the writer's strike? Was that?
No, yes. That's why season 2 was garbage.
No, season 2 is great. Season 2 is way better than season 1.
Interesting. When I remember watching Lost.
Shut the fuck up! I'm literally gonna physically punch you. That's a dumb thing to say.
No, stuff happened in season 2. Oh no!
Oh! Wait, she got real. She got real.
Look, all right. Number one, I will admit that season 1
is so long and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't need to be that long. It doesn't need to be a 23 episode season.
100%. I'm with you. I believe in you when you say that. That being said, there's going to be a part of me that will never be able to take away the idea that like in a pre-Game of Thrones, in a pre-Netflix world where CGI was what it was, the fact that existed on television was fucking insane and amazing.
I can't argue with that.
And also it's like, yes, it was blue balls to the millionth degree that we finally get to the end of this, like, why is crazy bald man fucking digging a hole? And then the biggest payoff we get is that a light's shining on him, or no, they open it, right?
Yeah.
And then you don't get to see what's at the bottom of the fucking hole. Total cock tease. I totally get it.
At the same time, like in my mental file effects, because that's a relevant 90s reference.
That's right.
Like Lost and Avengers Endgame occupy the same clubhouse of that one moment when you think, are they gonna fucking no? Are they? Oh my God, they fucking are. This is really happening. In terms of you know the time stuff, and I don't know. I
was ready to be offended, but now I get it.
Where they actually go there. I mean, like, look, Bryce, I agree with you in that season 2 I mean, all the shit with Desmond at the very beginning, like that is shit that, like, in a perfect world, man, you really should have had that first episode of the second season be the last episode of the first season. It wouldn't have made the second season any less interesting or exciting if you get down there and there's a Scottish guy and you're like, what the fuck is going on, right? But season 2 also is kind of garbage toward the end.
Should I be embarrassed that during the time that Lost existed that I was more interested in the show Monk?
Monk
Monk was dope. Monk was dope.
Yeah,
I
Monk's got a
thought
cult
Monk
thing.
was awesome. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that show.
No, I dated a girl that was fucking obsessed with Monk. I dated
really?
a Monk superfan, AMA.
AMA. I just thought it was a great show. I don't think it's like the best show of all time. I really
No,
enjoyed watching Monk.
Tony Shalhoub's a fucking
He's a fucking
player.
killer.
He's a
He
fucking
is.
awesome dude. Yeah.
He was awesome in Men in Black too. I'm a big fan of his, I guess.
I mean, not to mention Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention Galaxy Quest.
That is our ongoing conversation about what movies to show Josie next. I think Galaxy Quest is going to be pretty quick.
Oh
and
my god!
To be honest, I think I might be able to rope in.
Fuck yeah!
Oh shit, man! I think I should get both Josie and Penny to watch it tomorrow before we go to Comic-Con, just to sort of set the cultural
to get
gestalt
them-
on that.
Yeah, to be like, hey, by the way, all these people that are going to talk to you secretly hate you.
Hey man, that was already the conversation I had with Josie at VidCon. Like she grokked too much too fast.
Yeah.
Meryl's asking if we can talk about Alias. We talked about Alias a few months ago in the mailbag segment of the show, I believe.
True.
I forgot
story.
that show existed.
True story. Never saw Alias. I haven't
Me
seen a
neither.
goddamn episode.
Oh, was it Alias that we talked? No, it was another JJ.
Felicity.
We talked about Fringe,
Fringe,
and
it
about
was
how
Fringe.
it was too long.
Alias J.J. Abrams?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was.
too.
It was.
That's
It
right.
was.
You know how you know it was J.J. Abrams? Because it had our friend Greg Grunberg in it. That's an easy
And
shortcut.
like every other J.J. Abrams show, any ailment can be cured
No.
by punching somebody in the chest as hard as you can over and over and over and over again.
I had no idea that was J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, dude, I believe
He
that's
got
sort
around.
of what put him on the map on the television thing. It's what made
No,
possible Lost.
no, it was Felicity. Felicity,
yep,
and then Alias, and then Lost was like his all right, I'm not the showrunner now. I'm just going to produce these things that kind of went on his run.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no
no,
idea.
and also because he then directed Mission Impossible 3, where shocker, somebody punches somebody in the chest until they come back to life. Because that's his favorite fucking thing to do.
Oh, speaking of which, I got to show the kids The Abyss. That's a good one too.
I don't know
Uh,
the Abyss.
Great movie.
Wait, have you never seen The Abyss?
I don't think I know
Oh,
the
Abyss
Abyss
is
by
man.
name.
Wait,
Wow.
Bryce, have you never seen The Abyss?
There are a lot of movies we've been talking about.
Hey, wait, hold on, wait, Bryce, have you ever seen The Abyss though?
No, I haven't
Have
seen
you ever seen The Abyss, though?
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I've never
but
seen
for
it.
real, have you ever seen the movie, like the film The Abyss?
Oh, no, I haven't seen.
Yeah, no, 1989's The Abyss, James Cameron.
No,
I
I was
loved
not
that
quite
movie.
born at that time.
Ed Harris, though.
All right,
Abyss.
look. If you want to experience cinematic masterpiece, I think it's time for us to watch the Art of Noise redo of Kiss with Tom Jones.
Can you set this up? Because when you were describing this earlier, I had no idea what you were
I
describing.
forget who it was in the chat room. First of all, there was a movie Dragnet that was a remake of. It was a movie based on the 1950s series Dragnet, and Art of Noise did these over the top 80s as hell things, and they did something.
They are
with
a
the
band.
Dragnet themes. I mean,
Are they a band?
I mean,
Is
they're
this-
they're music producers,
Okay,
right?
okay.
It's very.
I'm just trying to get to,
late,
like,
late
like,
80s
fundament, yeah.
reimagining of shit. So in this case, you had there was a song by Prince called "Kiss" that was all high voiced and kiss. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
How's that go again? One more time.
Wrong kiss.
three what I think like 3 or 4 years later after it, like still in the 80s, Art of Noise remakes Kiss with super out of touch 70s icon Tom Jones, who the question was like he's since then the question at the time was, is Tom Jones in on it? And since doing this, Tom Jones in his concerts would just do these asides where you're like, people are asking, did Art of Noise know, or did I know what Art of Noise was doing when they had me do Kiss? And then you pause and you're like, of course, I'm Tom Jones. So at the time, nobody knew if this was making fun of Tom Jones or making fun of the song or whatever. But hot damn, does this need a breakdown? And Justin, I can't believe you've never seen this before.
All right. Well, then let's go.
All right, here we go. Tom Jones and I guess is the Art of Noise featuring
Art of
Tom
Noise,
Jones. Kiss.
You don't have to be beautiful.
Oh, I've definitely seen this before.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I've definitely seen this before. I guess I didn't know any of the backstory on the irony or post irony of it, but I just knew that this was Tom Jones covering a Prince song.
Yeah, well, specifically the note from the chat was the Dragnet theme that that Art of Noise covered for the movie Dragnet, starring Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks.
Yes,
I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that movie.
They danced
I don't know if
around
I've ever
in
seen it,
goatskin.
but I do
I
know.
have no idea what any of this is.
Oh.
Yeah, same boat.
Can I just be honest?
Same
I'm
boat.
sorry.
I mean, wait, are we gonna? Is it worth watching it if I have seen it, or I know that it's a '90s music video of Tom Jones singing Kiss?
It depends. At this point, I would shift the spotlight to Bryce and Lowbro if they wanted to describe, like, what are you watching?
Oh, sure, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Why don't you boys? This is a segment I like to call "Do Our Jobs for Us."
Don't worry, we're used to that one. All right. Well, here we go. Tom Jones, the Art of Noise Kiss.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on.
So at the time, how much of a household name is Tom Jones?
He's already a has-been. I had to have my mom explain to me who Tom Jones was as the guy who would have ladies throw his unmentionables, aka their panty pudding, at him.
Pudding. Yeah.
But also, it's like there is something that I think is there in the '90s that I think has kind of gone away, as there's no set schedule to a career anymore in the same way that like you can be somebody like right now people would be like, oh man, it'd be really fun to see Ja Rule, right? Even though Ja Rule is probably where Tom Jones was at now then.
At that point, right?
Like,
had some hits, but it's been maybe a few decades.
But it's been like 15, 17, 20 years, right?
Okay.
The difference is in the 90s, in the same way that it was like really offensive, or it was like a down step if you were a movie actor and now you were doing a TV show, like when you were a has-been, it meant like there was like an element of like showbiz shame to it that it's like I don't know if exists now.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because nowadays you can at least survive after you have overexposure in mainstream media. You can craft your own pocket and maintain relevancy, whether it's through a podcast with new stuff or albums or your fan base. That none of that was possible in a pre-internet era. Instead, you were massively oversaturated until the point that people got actively angry at the first 5 seconds of your song, and they just shouted about. Like, there was a time, unironically, that I had been oversaturated with Michael Jackson's Thriller or whatever, that when he almost died with his hair on fire, third grade Brian said, fucking good. Now modern day Brian said, time travel back, tell third grade Brian to say good.
Okay.
But the point is that like when somebody was over, they were all the way over, and the only way
and coming back would be a sign
was through the fire, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's like that's why, to go back to Pulp Fiction, like Pulp Fiction was kind of this thing because it's like, oh my God, John Travolta's career's resurrected.
Yes.
Like he was doing garbage and now he's a big star again. What an amazing moment. Let's fucking write 1 million articles about it. So at this point, like the reason why this is a moment in the way that Brian remembers it is because like he is a has-been, and he's singing a super fucking hot song.
Okay, here we go. Let's get into second 9 of this.
I just need your body, baby, from dusk till dawn.
Maybe not all the sexuality of a prince. Maybe not.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm fascinated by the person who just finished the very first Adobe After Effects tutorial and
Yeah,
doesn't know what to put in the background. So instead, they just put random snippets of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Also, coming from someone who knows nothing about any of this, it's super inauthentic. It's just not genuine to who this guy is, and it's obvious.
Well, I mean, I think he was never a video artist. He was more, I mean, a 70s, a live artist that certainly would be able to play for a camera, but wasn't a video artist in the way that Prince was like, no, I'm going to do tight shots and I'm going to like make sure that like I know cinematically how to connect with an audience on the other side of that screen. You're right. Like, well, number one, he's wearing fucking like sunglasses and they're shooting
just
at weird, unflattering angles.
And keep in mind, sort of what's amazing about this phase of his career is that before then, like there were times around this time that he would get booked on talk shows like as a joke. Hey, let's have Tom Jones on and it'll be hilarious because how over Tom Jones are we? And then he would go and he would fucking own the crowd there so hard that they couldn't do anything but unironically, be in love with what he was up to. So live, he was very, very strong, and yet you're right, Lowbro, that that it comes across fairly disingenuous in this
fake.
format.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen a little more.
Your body, baby, from dusk till dawn. You don't need experience to turn me out.
So the problem with wearing black clothing is that
Is that you turn into a chess pawn at 2 minutes at 0 and 25 seconds?
all of these details get lost, and people, if you're ever lighting something, remember that detail doesn't show up with black clothing very
So
well.
you want to know what this would be right now? This would be because he's unironically trying to sing this song as best as he can. It would be Sheryl Crow unironically trying to sing, not in her style, like or as best as she can, singing like a Billie Eilish song.
Yeah,
Like it would be like her trying her best, like giving a good college try, or at least as much effort as you're assuming Tom Jones is putting into this.
but still a very different vibe, just entirely.
Way different, like not in any way matching in the energy. Although this is kind of perfect because both Prince and Tom Jones were sex symbols of different ages, right?
Yeah. All right, let's.
You just leave it all up to me.
Again, the loss of the black duster for a black shirt and pants is lost because there's no detail.
Yeah, but now you see his striking silhouette.
And
I mean, but
every clip
also
art
remember,
on the
this
disc
is
is
a
in the
free
background.
HD world. Like everyone's
Sure.
watching this shit on fucking old TVs on standard depth, so nobody could tell fucking detail anyway.
Yeah.
Show you what it's all
True.
about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool
Ooh.
to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with.
I like a good horn, but that sounds like shit.
Dude, welcome
Literally,
to
sounds like a fart.
the defining characteristic of Art of Noise. Quick side jag.
Sure.
Go ahead and do a quick search for Art of Noise Dragnet, and I think we only need like maybe 15 seconds of it. Oh my god. Yeah, those big brassy horns. Oh my god.
Oh god, these green screen effects. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
At least these are like real horns.
Oh my
The ones on this Kiss one are
Oh.
But yeah, like that's there is like nothing sonically that you could do more different than like from the falsetto of Prince to the like very bassy. I'm Tom Jones and I'm doing a thing.
I'm doing it slow and I'm gonna ring your bell, making new lyrics on your song, Prince. You're welcome. My name is Tom Jones. I'm immortal. Always awesome, always on. I'm Tom Jones.
I'm Tom Jones. I drink the blood of the innocent to stay alive. I've lived for 4,000 years, and I'll live many more.
Is your sister a virgin still? I'd like to find out if I can drink her fill. I'm Tom Jones and I'm a vampire. Don't tell anyone. Whoops, I confess too much.
I'll suck your blood. Is that too on the nose? I don't know. I'm Tom Jones. I've lost my saliva. All I know is put him on the fucking FaceTime old filter, and you'll see the same fucking picture.
Face app him.
Yeah.
I drink the blood of the innocent. I'm forever old, ain't spent a cent. I just drink your blood.
All I know is last time I was on the show, I remember my mouth hurting from laughing, and I'm having memories of that again because my mouth hurts.
How old are you, low bro? I'm asking. And have you consummated your marriage?
Not yet.
Because I could suck your blood and be alive until 2050. I made a deal with the devil in the year 1000. Now I'm still singing these songs as if I were something else. Whatever. Fuck you. I'm a fucking vampire. Tom Jones. I'm just looking to go ahead and suck your blood.
Blah, 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 blah. Blood.
Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. Oh my God, my
Blood,
mouth
blood,
hurts.
blood, 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 bloody blood.
Meryl Barr sent, he's faced up us.
Okay, I don't know which to be more disturbed by. The fact that I look so old or the fact that Justin looks so unchanged.
It didn't do anything to Justin or Lowbrow, but it definitely got me,
look
too.
at my Twitter. You can see my old-ass photo on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Holy
fine.
shit.
Justin R. Young.
Yeah,
Ryan looks so old.
Oh my
good
God. Oh, you're going to look great. This is
Oh
amazing.
my God.
You look like
Justin.
my
That shit out.
you look like my tata.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna hold on to all that hair. That'd be nice. That's a squad goal. If I can hold on to all that hair.
Meryl says he did do Justin, but he didn't change anything. Or didn't change anything with that.
I recently saw a video of Justin that was like way younger with all, no offense, Justin, I love you. It was all black hair. There was no gray.
There was,
He looked really young, and it was really cool to see like how much he's like progressed over the years.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't mean that in any negative way at all, Justin. I love you.
And yet we're here, low bro. Was it a night attack or an NSFW thing, or was it another YouTube video?
I'm just waiting for the part where Justin says, I'm sorry. Our neons must do duel.
Yeah.
Only the survivor shall live.
I mean, to be honest, like, it is weird. It's weird having like really younger shit on the internet. Like, I don't know what the youngest thing that's like posted on the internet of mine is. Do you know what yours is, Brian?
I knew you had all black hair the last time you posted.
Although, to be honest, even at the point that I was posting stuff, there was a brief moment in my mid-20s when I was going gray that I was dyeing my hair. And I think that was probably the early shit that I had. Either it was like right as I was just beginning to go gray, or when I was dyeing my hair because I was terrified that I was going gray.
Justin, I'm pretty sure I actually know the answer, Justin. I'm pretty sure it's that Human Crazy Straw video that I posted to Usenet news groups. with my
The one
pants
with the super
around.
high waist?
Yeah, my pants around my nipples. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is the earliest. Actually, you know what? That magician documentary. That's me. That's the year 2000. Go scroll up one. You were right on it. There you go. Magician
Wait, you
documentary.
have fucking pre 9/11 shit out there,
Yeah.
dude. That's wild.
You gotta help me out here.
It's you're right on it.
Okay.
There you go.
That doesn't. Okay.
The so this was made in 2000, posted like
Wow.
eight years later. Holy shit!
Look at him.
Look at that baby! With his fucking
fuck?
Tron machine in the background,
The
and his
octagon
hyperball.
glasses.
God
Number
damn it!
one, can I just say, your head is shaped in such a better way now.
Oh really? See,
yeah.
I liked
Absolutely.
it that my head was a triangle back then. I thought it was very slimming.
You look like Jimmy
Oh,
Neutron.
my God. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ! No,
Sweet
much
Jesus is
better.
correct.
Much
Only
better now.
20,000 views?
Only 20,000 views. That's what you took away from this.
Oh,
I'm
Shit,
sorry.
man.
Forgive me. I love you.
All right, hold on. Let me try to get the same concerned look for I'm thinking about.
No,
Oh,
Brian.
my God,
No,
how
you
am
have
I
to
gonna
make a
get
face
people
where
to-
you're half pissing yourself, but half shitting yourself.
Wait, someone just posted a video of Justin from like way long ago, like 2008.
That's a decade
All right,
ago.
what's
You-
Explain how to
true fact?
spam
When I look at this
iTunes.
stuff, all I can think is how I could fucking kick that dude's ass.
Oh my
Every
God.
time I see young
This
Brian,
is
I'm
a
like,
new-
I'm like one punch, motherfucker.
This is a new facet of the body dysmorphia.
Fucking kick his
No,
ass.
that Talking Head TV clip, I'll bet you, is one of the first times that I actually talked to Brian.
I
recorded
believe
it.
that's the first time we saw each other face to face.
Look
Yeah,
at him. He's so
I believe so. Yeah,
young.
because I think I'd interviewed you on the phone, but this might have been the first time.
913 views. You know, as much as I like to give you both shit, like 20,000 or even 900 is still pretty incredible considering like people's growth and what they're able to do on the internet. Like obviously you guys are like well beyond that now.
But
Pretty
by
cool
the
to
way,
look back
I
and
was
see that.
switching all this live
Oh, really?
to tape. Yeah, nothing was edited.
Wow.
That's actually really cool, man.
That's crazy.
The fact you have a story this far back that people can look at and see, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like it's really easy for anyone to look at their content they're trying to put on the internet and think that it looks like shit, but in reality, like that's how you learn and grow, is like you put out stuff and over time it improves and
eventually
this is
you
where
buy
we're
a
at.
bunch of fucking triangles and you put them in the background and you're suddenly crazy colors.
Exactly. Suddenly you're some neon positivity, dude. Exactly what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to put either of you down with your stuff in the past. I'm admiring both of you for the kind of the stuff that you guys have on the internet long before I came along. You know what? So thank you for putting yourself out there and like continuing that journey. Like I commend you for that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, the funny part is, and that's one of those things where when it comes to advice, not to go into the advice black hole, but it's like
man.
it's like when you do a thing, you're gonna feel like nobody's paying attention and it doesn't matter, and it probably doesn't,
Yep.
except for you're gonna meet people who later will become super famous, and because you guys started at the same time, you're going to have access to them, and then you'll be able to go to San Diego Comic-Con without buying a badge, and you'll be able to go to VidCon without buying a badge, and you'll be able to swim around a bunch of people more famous than you because, you know, you did it at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and sometimes every once in a while you're going to have the opportunity to meet really, really cool people that are on different stages of their journey, and they're going to spend probably about a half hour talking about how much you've aged and the way that you've aged and point out physical features.
And the whole time they're going to be
Age
acting
more.
like they're giving you compliments. They're going to
And
constantly be pausing to say no offense, and they're
Yeah.
going to keep saying stuff like, I mean this as a good thing. And then and meanwhile, the triangles are just going to be going nuts
Well, I'm out of
behind
here.
them.
Good night. See you later. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Low Bro, No, come back.
No, come back. Come
Don't worry,
back. Come back. Unless you're gonna watch Pulp Fiction, which you fucking shame me for, despite
Fucking
being
watch Pulp
years
Fiction
younger.
just for you,
You're
Justin.
fucking 4 years younger than me, you piece of shit. Don't fucking act like you're goddamn Mr. Millennial. You ain't on TikTok, bitch. You're on Twitch. Guess what? That's old man shit now.
I'll join TikTok just for you, okay?
No, I actually spent like a day fucking obsessed with TikTok. Man,
It's
I'm.
it's
Whole
addicting.
day
It's
he's
addicting. It's
been obsessed
addicting.
with TikTok, guys.
It is fucking for the teens. Oh my god, all these teens. When did all these teens learn how to dance? I didn't know how to
Downloading
dance
it
like
right
these
now.
fucking teens do. Oh my god, do
I
they
was doing
love dancing?
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't know, man. There's so much to learn. Also, I realized this. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
TikTok's
Oh.
for the teens. Instagram's for the 20s. Twitter's for the 30s going on 40s. Facebook, you might as well be fucking dead. It is for like God's waiting room. That is Facebook. That is the generations according to social media.
I mean, I feel like you're accurate, but I also feel like all of these things are not going to just die tomorrow. So there's no point in just ignoring all of them.
Because here's what we
Continue
thought.
on all of them.
What we thought was, as these things were being created, was that like, oh no, they'll all be disposable. And because we were the first generation to find the Friendster and find the MySpace and find the
Friendster
Facebook and everything. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're 4 years younger.
Listen to your elders, your distant elders, man.
Distant elders, you're 4 years older than me, Justin.
I know. That's
Oh, not me, not me. I'm fucking.
not
I could be your dad, biologically speaking.
So
Listen,
everybody thought that these things would just keep recycling, that we would just keep finding the new thing, and we would all in en masse move to the next thing. And the way that we did from Friendster to MySpace to Facebook. But that's not what happened. Everybody kind of found, everybody kept going online. New generations kept being born that were only available to online, and they wanted different shit. And right now what they want is fucking TikTok. And by the way, Twitter, Jack Dorsey should fucking resign for like letting Vine die.
Yeah,
And
no, I
not
agree.
all
Like
the kids
TikTok
TikTok.
only exists where it's like I can't believe that Musically was like, hey, kind of weird that did you guys see Vine get hit by that bus? Huh? Yeah, Vine was doing this cool dance. It was amazing. Waits 4
Y'all
years,
remember
and then
Zynga?
finally TikTok's is like, oh wait, I guess we could do that dance in that exact same spot. And guess who?
I mean,
is
like
Vine?
the shit that they've done is so obviously built on like, oh, what was the shittiest parts about Vine? What would be the best parts about doing more shit that would be in that same vein? Like, let's make things loop easier. Let's have you be able to, the way that they're able to search for like beyond. I mean, there's no picking. I'm following people, right? You're literally just like you going through this algorithm that is AI fucking generated. So there's no thought process into how to get into it. And then also it's like so much of it is music based that you just search for. It's like, oh, I just want all the videos that feature this song, which are basically memes. Like it just, they're all their own little memes. It's fucking super smart. And I get why the teens are into it. But oh my God, if I see another fucking baseball team singing together, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with these kids. They just are. They're all dancing and they're all playing baseball and they're all sharing guy code and girl code secrets. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying this a few months back. The way that entire app is designed is addictive, right? Like,
yes,
even the UI, just like, because, you know, Vine was a timeline, right? And so you could scroll freely. But this one, you're just scrolling full screen videos and just swipe up to go to the next one. It's
I don't feel like we should be blaming TikTok for having an addictive social media platform when there's Facebook and Twitter already.
But
all I
it's
know is
designed.
every time I go on those, I keep scrolling. Okay.
No, homie, you're saying like, I don't know why people are talking about getting high. I smoke marijuana, and then fucking heroin comes along, and you're like, oh shit, heroin's different. Like they're both narcotics. They both get me high, but this gets me way higher.
Mm-mm.
I'm
I'm
with
offended.
I'm with like literally open that app. You don't sign up for a fucking you don't sign up for an account.
Right.
You don't pick what you want to follow. Literally, they just start throwing shit at you, and then the more you use it, the more that you
it tunes it. You can tell when it is tuning the videos to certain types of things that you like, and it gets specific.
And for us, it's for me at least on Saturday and Sunday when I was obsessed with it, I was like, teen, a bunch of teens dancing, teens singing, teens acting like they're two different people, meme. Hey, it's Allie. meme, teens, bunch of teens. Hey, Allie's here again. Allie's fucking huge on TikTok. She's like a fucking legit TikTok celebrity.
I mean, she's fucking crushing it. And I was looking at the number of Twitter posts that she's been doing, and like now that she's taking that TikTok content and putting it on Twitter, she's realized the genius of, unlike the YouTube space where it's like you post a video once and you got 48 hours for it to be in the new column and that's it. And if you post it again, you're a real asshole. But on Twitter, there's no expectation of permanence. So as a result, she posts the video once and then like 20 minutes later, somebody says, "This is an amazing video." Embedded video. She retweets that, and it's like
She's always been big on the retweet game.
Not as big as she is now.
Well,
she's
I mean,
fucking
but I mean,
crushing.
Like,
she's an RT champ.
Okay.
It's popping now. Yeah.
But yeah, I just mean that's always been her play, has been to retweet everyone who, mentions good stuff, and it makes sense.
Sure. But
it's also
like,
sometimes a
she's
lot.
also just right now crushing it. But between the TikTok shit and her mashup stuff, like,
Yeah.
she is just on fire. And I will tell you this: talk about somebody that has fucking like chopped it out and fucking like continued to work. I don't know anybody who has worked harder than Ali Spagnola at this shit. I mean, hell, she was grinding at the point that I literally like randomly, she had her a widget on her fucking website that you could like just type in a message to her and it would text her phone. And that's how I booked her for fucking NSFW show a million years ago.
no
Hey,
shit.
Justin, she was on. So, correct me if I'm crazy. The podcast, Twitch panel you were on last year at TwitchCon. She was on that too, right? Am I crazy?
No, she
No.
was there with. She was
Yeah,
at TwitchCon.
she was at TwitchCon, and she was in the audience, and she was in our band, which sadly broke up
Yes.
Okay.
from our music
Okay.
showcase.
Well, I remember getting to like hook up with her and just like say hi and connect and I don't remember if she was on the same panel or not, so I apologize. But I from my limited experience of Allie, like I've been watching her on Twitter for a year now, and ever since then, she's just killing it. She's always point out like what she believes and like what she's all about, and she's always expressing herself, and I think that's something to definitely at the very least to recognize is how awesome she's willing to like just be who she is and share about her story and just share humor in comedy, and it's definitely someone I look up to in that way. For
No,
sure.
she's fucking one of the most
Killing
talented
it.
human beings that I have ever seen, I've ever known in my entire life. And,
Oh,
and
she was-
one of the most rad people ever.
I mean, if there's only one thing I wish for her is that she could, just tighten up
some
those abs a
abs.
little bit.
Work on the
you know?
core a little
I mean,
bit.
just
feel
put a
like she
little
could
effort
really,
in.
like,
Do the
I would-
core.
I would really like it if she could kind of get, physically fit.
Yeah, right. And maybe
you know.
share what it's like for the rest of us. I mean, jeez.
I mean, I just have never seen
I
video
don't
of
want to
people
comment on a
deadlifting.
woman's weight or anything, but like, geez, Allie. I mean, come on. Maybe you could lift more on an Olympic style and rip her hand over.
Oh, I mean, the only thing
Get it
cooler than that
together,
would be
Allie,
if
jeez.
you could do it, get fit wall faced, here, you're welcome. We'll call it Fit Faced. I made that up for you. If you ever use it, know that I
welcome.
invented it, even if it happened before I said that.
Fit face.
By the way, also shout out to Ali Spagnola for having the only fucking Instagram or Snapchat story that looks like fucking an entire paragraph of Morse code at all given times.
We love you, Allie.
Love you, Allie.
Allie, you're awesome.
No,
Just so
she's
you
the
know.
fucking best. I mean, look, that lady, fucking content had a baby, and it was named
Yep.
Ali Spagnola.
Goddamn
She's
right.
always killing the game.
All she does.
Like I
All
just
she
can't
does.
argue with that.
All right, hey, I have a trivia fact for you guys. Did you know that this is the 100th anniversary from 1919 when it turned 12:33 a.m.?
Oh, yeah. Hey, happy 12/33/20.
Yay,
1919.
12:33, 7/17, 29, 1919, 100th anniversary.
I thought you were gonna say.
I know that. Listen, there's a lot of commercial shit that goes around this holiday. I don't actually like to partake in that. I think it's a more solemn thing. So I think we should probably shut down the stream and just quietly.
You know what? You're right.
moment of silence.
Out of respect. Hey guys.
All right.
Normally
Respect.
we'd be partying until 4 a.m. But tonight's a special night. We're gonna shut it down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for coming. Hope
Thank
you have
you,
a good night.
Lobro.
We'll have some streams
Thanks for having
Friday
me on.
or the weekend. Yeah, check out Lober Watch. Everybody follow Lober Watch if you aren't.
Yes. Bye. I love you all.
Bye everybody.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
That bitch killed Hopper.
Oh God.
God damn it.